everybody, Shannon and Karen with Wandering Out Yonder, and today in our new series, Fantastic Finds for Fran, our adventure van, we wanted to kind of hone in on what we use for cooking. Now, Shannon and I have gone through quite a few different things in the van that we thought, oh, this will be great or that will be great, and once down the road we found out no, wasn't so great.
Right. Everything in the van for us the last 2 years has been trial and error. Trial and error.
Yes. Also, our big thing with the van is always making sure that it is organized, not cluttered, and that what we have in the van is something that we are actually going to use.
Right. We want to be prepared. We want to be prepared for all scenarios.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll see that we have, if we have electric, if we do not have electric, if we have land power, if we don't have land power. Mm-hmm. We try to cover all of that and also take into account our surroundings, how tired we are at the end of the day, all of that. So we have honed it down to
this.
Right.
And the tired at the end of the day thing has played a huge factor in what we think is important for the van, because Shannon and I, our goal when we are out traveling is to have fun. It is not to come back and prepare a gigantic meal.
It is
we are very simplistic with our meal cooking because of that reason. But anyhow, this is what we've kind of is boiled it down to: what we will use, what we have used, and what we feel we need to keep in the van. I at one point had an electric tea kettle in here, and we were like, nope.
Yeah, we got a mini.
We didn't use it one time.
We had a little mini crock pot that we were like, oh, that would be a great idea. And before we even used it, we're like, no.
Yeah.
So.
And I have had people give me things like cast iron Dutch ovens and things like that. We just don't use that kind of stuff.
No.
I'm not knocking it. It's just not for Fran, the adventure van.
Right. And we originally started out with, in here is where we keep our tripod grill,
Mm-hmm.
which I'll show you a picture of that. And we loved it. It's great for when you are somewhere and you're going to be there for a while. It is great with friends and family camping for a few days. At the end of the day, on a road trip, or if it's raining, it is not great. Yeah, no. When it's hot, that is not ideal. I don't like to cook over the fire when it's hot. I really don't like to clean stuff. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of cleanup that goes with cooking over the fire.
That's why it's only done when we're doing it with large groups that we're camping with. But we do keep it in here until we really feel like if we're gonna planning a road trip, hopefully starting next year in early spring, late winter. We won't take it with us.
No, that'll be coming out.
We won't use it one single time.
No.
It's just a waste of space. So we have already decided what else we would do with that space. Anyhow, on the table in front of you guys is exactly what we use.
And I'm going to let Karen explain to you how we use it.
All right, guys. So as we were saying, we are very selective at this point in time with the real estate in the van, what we know we're going to use. And right now, this is what we absolutely do use in the van. This cool piece right here, Shannon and I did a video a few weeks ago on this particular, it's called the Jewel. And I made a pasta meal for dinner. And I also made some homemade ramen noodle soup out of this. And that's why we decided this was going to be a cool little gadget to have. It doesn't take up a lot of space. It can be run on power, land power, or we were able to use the Grow Watt as a source for cooking. So that worked fantastic for us, and that's the reason it's in here, because if we are not with land power, then we have something to cook with. The other thing that we have in case we do not have land power is just the basic cook stove that Shannon has. Nothing special about it. It's pretty much just your basic, there you go.
Yeah, propane. But that did get us the entire road trip out west.
Yes, we didn't use anything like this out west. The other thing that we have for land power are these two pieces. This is just a basic burner, okay? Nothing fancy. I think I got it at yard sale, yeah, for like $2 or something. It was brand new. But I think they're pretty cheap. I think I've seen them for less than $15 or something. And then this, it was one of the things that I purchased right off the bat when we got the van, was this. And I can prepare an entire meal, like a meat and vegetables inside this along with pasta. But this is land power. The other thing that we decided to do, these I think are the GSI.
Yes.
Yes.
Love those.
With the collapsible handles. And that was one of the reasons that we wanted these. They have a non-stick surface, as you can see, and they store inside of each other, which makes it nice. And they're nice to cook with and easy to clean up. So when we have land power and we're using this type of source to cook with, or even this type of source to cook with, then we have these two options right here if we need to. So we have kind of honed it into some real small basic things that we use in order, if we have power, don't have power, it's raining and we don't want to go outside, the sand is blowing sideways in Texas, whatever the situation might be, we're ready to go with what we have as far as our cooking sources. Alright, so I have two other things that I wanted to share with you that we also keep in the van to use as a either cooking or drinking source or utensils for cooking. And I have here, these are just real basic utensils that this is all that I have. I have a spatula, a couple of spoons, this is another one of those soft silicone spatulas, and I have a pair of tongs, and that's all that I use to cook with. I've had these things forever, and I just found these at a yard sale, believe it or not. Got a whole pile of stuff brand new. They were brand new with the tags. So you can get these at Target pretty cheap, I'm pretty sure. So the other thing I wanted to share with you was another one of my cool yard sale finds. I always like to brag about my yard sale finds. Anyhow, found this Keurig for 10 bucks, brand new in the box at a yard sale, right? Did a video on this pretty recently. And just so you know, these are the things I have to talk Shannon into using, okay? So, this has been really great. You have to have land power. We do not have a large enough power source to power it that way, but most of the time Shannon and I do have land power. And on a very cold or rainy or super windy morning, this is fantastic because you can make your coffee right inside the van. You don't have to leave, you don't have to get wet, you don't have to freeze. It's right there in the van. And if you want to do hot tea, coffee, cocoa, whatever the case may be. Anyhow, one of the things we wanted to also mention to you guys is Shannon and I do not cook in the van. Now I know a lot of people set up their vans with a cook station and they cook inside their van, but for us it's like absolutely not. It tends to cause your van to smell, have a lot of scents. If you cook with oils, it leaves oil everywhere, and it just isn't for us. We would prefer just to come outside and cook our meals and leave our van smelling nice and not having any kind of residue from food or smells from food. So it also gets into the fabric of your bed and that sort of thing. So that's why we don't cook in the van, and Shannon's a kind of a firebug person. Like, she is really leery of anything that might create a fire or a fire hazard for us. So, all right guys, so thanks for joining us in our new series. These again are some of the fantastic finds for Fran the Adventure Van, and I showed you a couple of them that I found at yard sales. I'm always thrilled about those. Anyhow, just wanted to say thanks. We hope that you guys got something out of this, maybe that would add something better to your adventure van or car, or however you guys are out doing your adventures. So,
Right, and if you have any questions, let us know in the comments. We'll try to get back to you. Or if you guys have anything that you use that we might benefit from, let us know. Yeah, it's all, again, trial and error.
And if there's anything out here that you're interested in, I think we can put some links below in the video so you guys can find them pretty easily. So,
right, so we're just looking to share a little bit of
our adventure van finds.
What works for us. Yeah. All right.
All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.